Hi everyone, Joe here. Just taking the opportunity to make my next video. I wanted to talk a little bit in this one about beliefs. I've been asked a couple of questions from people with regards to limiting beliefs and how they can have such a massive effect on what we are trying to manifest, and indeed how they can actually affect our day-to-day lives. I know for myself, limiting beliefs were quite a big handbrake in anything I was trying to manifest, or anything that I'm indeed still trying to manifest. So limiting beliefs can be really challenging. So I suppose it's important to start with what ultimately is a belief and how it can affect us on a day-to-day basis. So a limiting belief, if we use the main topic, which is normally when you're trying to attract a specific person or a relationship, we'll go with a relationship. So you're trying to attract this relationship in, but you don't believe that you're worthy of it. You don't believe that that you're attractive or you're good looking, or you don't believe that person could ever love you. You have this drilled in, and it can come from conditioning. It generally does come from past experiences that make you actually believe this. It can be really challenging to overcome this. I know myself. During my journey, beliefs they are very, very powerful, whether they are limiting or they are actually beneficial or supporting towards your manifestation. So a limiting belief is, as it says on the tin, it's literally something that is going against what you're trying to manifest. A limiting belief could be, I am unloved, no one loves me, no one will see me as attractive, I'm not good looking, whatever it may be. Although I know those are quite shallow beliefs, but they're quite common. You'd be very surprised at how common they actually are. So how can we counter that? Well, we have there are a number of techniques you can use. One that's quite a common one is affirmations. Now, affirmations that I'm sure most of you are aware of, they are words that you try and drill into the subconscious mind. You constantly repeat to yourself that which you want to be. So for talking sake, you want a relationship, you would believe that you are loved, therefore you repeat to yourself, I am loved, I am loved, I am loved. And you just keep repeating that until it goes in, until that creates a neural pathway in your brain to make you feel that thought is real. That's how beliefs happen. They are normally initial thoughts which have conjured up a feeling within, and that feeling, it feels so real, therefore you believe it to be true. The issues that can arise with affirmations is a lot of the time you try and drill these terms in, and your mind just goes, nah, nonsense, I'm not going to accept that. So you keep trying and trying and trying and trying, and the mind's just like, nah, don't believe it. For a lot of people, affirmations don't work. Another method is affirmations. Now, affirmations, instead of trying to tell the mind what you want to be, you ask the mind why you're already it, because the mind actually can't argue with you at this point. This is how crazy the mind can work. So with the topic of a relationship, you ask the mind, why am I so loved? The mind can't argue with you, because the mind will then analytically go and look for the answer. It just goes and does it, leaving you free to focus on what you're trying to manifest. So while your mind is trying to come up with answers, a higher self may be trying to come up with answers, you go away and you just carry on living your life, but you've asked the question, why am I so loved? Instances will appear that will actually show you why you are so loved. So affirmations can be quite powerful. But the key with affirmations, and I want to make this very, very clear, the key is to ask the question and then literally forget it. So you ask that question, why am I so loved? Don't sit there and try and answer this question. It's not your job. That's a job for the mind to do. At this point, you're present, you've asked the question, you've let it go. It's that simple. It's really, really that easy. And another way that I've come up with recently, I've come across this through quite a challenging experience I had a couple of weeks ago. And I was feeling quite highly charged emotionally. Now, what I mean by that is that I had a certain circumstance. I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but ultimately I was feeling a lot of energy of lack and feeling a lot of unworthiness, And this all came up, and it all came up through past conditioning, which is quite common, so don't think that when this is happening that it's going to be an issue. So what I found, instead of trying to resist these thoughts and trying to resist these emotions, what I actually done was I sat with them, but I didn't identify with them. This is the key. It's really, really important to remember this. When you sit with these energies, you don't have to believe them. You can just let them come up. It's almost like mourning. If you mourn the death of a partner or you mourn the death of a loved one, you would sit in that energy and you would allow all this grief and all this upsetting energy to come up, and you would just let it pass. Eventually it would pass. When you identify with that and you believe that, to be true, to believe that energy to be what makes you as a person, that's where the challenge comes. So when these energies come up and this belief comes up that you are unloved, it's almost important, but I find it very important, to actually take a step back. This is where consciousness and mindfulness comes in. You take a step back, you understand the emotion, why it's come up, you understand that the belief has come up through past conditioning, but sit with it. Don't judge it. Don't try and push it away. Don't try and suffocate it, suppress it to try and get rid of it. Just let it come up. It's only a belief that now no longer serves you. When you can look at it from that aspect, you can actually see that the belief isn't trying to do any harm. It's just trying to protect you in only the way the mind knows how. So you sit with this energy, a couple of deep breaths into a meditative state, a couple of deep breaths, and you just acknowledge this energy, you acknowledge this belief for what it is. When you can do that, you realise the belief doesn't serve you. When you realise the belief doesn't serve you, you allow it, you set it free, you allow it to pass. When you allow this belief to pass, you can then, at this point, when you're in a conscious state, you can then select the belief. And it's at this point affirmations will probably work a little bit better than they did before. Because now you've got your mind in such a suggestive state that you're now trying to give it a new belief, something that it can actually use for you to actually protect you and to guide you on the right path and what you're trying to manifest. So I hope this has been helpful. As always, the email's down below. If you have any questions, fire them into the comments. And obviously the rest of the links are at the bottom there as well for any further materials. I've also done a video with Agnes recently. That's going to be on her channel at the moment. I'm going to release the same video on my channel as well, and I hope you can find some information on that with regards to relationships, with regards to how you should feel in a relationship or when you're trying to seek a relationship. I know this is quite an important topic for a lot of people. I get emails about this all the time, for people trying to attract a specific person, trying to attract the next back. It's quite a common theme. I know myself, it was something I was trying to manifest. It's ultimately my belief that I am worth a relationship, which is what I'm seeking, which is what I'm manifesting. I'm living in the state that I have that. So my belief is that I am loved. My belief is that I am worthy, that I am all the energies desired, to which actually correlate with the state desired. So as I said, I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Okay, take care.